it is Jaden and our resident expert Caleb here with Fantasy Tomorrow to talk Week 13 waiver wires, okay? Guys, we are so close to the end of the season, and for all of us, it is the final week of regular season. Isn't that so crazy? That is why it's more important now than ever to get the players that you need to win your league's championship, okay? And guess what? We are here to help you do that. But first, we should know who is on bye this week. So, Caleb?
Yeah, so we have two teams on bye. These are the last couple of teams that have not had their bye weeks, and it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. So definitely some big names, Tom Brady, Ronald Jones, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Teddy Bridgewater, Christian McCaffrey. All of those different players are all going to be on bye, so we have to really use our waivers so that we can fill in and find some good players to fill in for those guys while they're gone.
Okay, guys, so now that we know who or what teams are on bye, let's just dive right on into who Caleb thinks that we should be picking up off the waiver wire. So, Caleb, are there any quarterbacks we should be picking up for Week 13?
Yeah, so there's three I like. So first off, I really like Kirk Cousins. He's just been playing really well. He had a great game this last week. I think he was the number 3 scoring quarterback on the week, which is just great for Cousins, who is out there in most leagues for you to be able to pick up if you need a starter. And he's going up against the Jaguars this week, which means that he should be able to have success pretty easily. Baker Mayfield just had one of his best games of the season going up against the Jaguars. So I think Cousins will be able to keep it rolling and have a good game against Jacksonville. I also like Derek Carr for Las Vegas Raiders. Now, he disappointed last week. That game that the Raiders played against Atlanta was just terrible and just completely off the rails. I think Derek Carr turned it over like 5 times, but I don't think that's going to continue this week going up against the Jets. I think that Carr is going to rebound. That Raiders team is going to be motivated to make a statement and return to form. And Carr has been playing at a pretty great level this season, so I would expect him to rebound and have a big performance this week. I also like Baker Mayfield. He had a really big game for Cleveland last week going against the Jaguars, and I think that he's going to be able to find success in this game against the Titans. I see this game being very high scoring. I think both teams are going to be very motivated to win. Both teams are 8-3. Kind of crazy to think of the Browns as being 8-3, but they're going to have to, pass to keep up with Tennessee's offense, who have been scoring points left and right. And I think Mayfield's going to have a good game. I think Tennessee's defense isn't so great, so he's definitely someone that you could stream this week as well.
Okay, and now are there any running backs that you believe have a big upside that we should be looking to stream?
Yeah, so there's definitely some that you should go out and pick up. First, Latavius Murray for the New Orleans Saints. He's available in over half of ESPN leagues. And with Taysom Hill now in charge of that Saints offense, this team is really just devoted to running the ball. In fact, Latavius Murray received more touches last week than Alvin Kamara, which is kind of crazy to think about. And Murray's actually been in a pretty even split with Kamara for touches basically the whole year. So he has solid upside, and especially if Kamara were to get injured going into the playoffs, Murray's a potential league winner because he would take over that role and produce just big numbers. So definitely go out and grab Latavius Murray if he's available off waivers. I also like James White. Now, James White doesn't have the same upside as Murray because that backfield is a bit crowded, but White is seeing most of the passing game work for the Patriots out of all of their running backs, and he's also been seeing quite a few red zone looks as well. He scored 2 touchdowns last week, and I think that he has upside going into the future. Could definitely be a valuable flex piece in the playoffs. Now, Cam Akers for the Los Angeles Rams is a rookie running back who has been receiving increased touches in recent weeks, especially since he came off an injury that he sustained earlier in the year. And it really seems like he's been the best runner for the Rams. I think he had a 60-some yard run last week going up against the 49ers, and I think he's just going to continue to be that go-to guy for the Rams. They're going to continue to increase his touches each and every week, so you should go and pick him up. Now, this next one is kind of a desperate, go out and pick him up guy, but Frank Gore for the New York Jets. Now, the reason that he should be on your team is just because of how much volume that he's getting, and it's very likely that some people are going to find themselves in a tough spot where they just don't have a good starting running back to plug in, and they're just looking for somebody that has the volume of a starting running back, and Frank Gore is that guy. He's receiving, 18, 20 carries each week, so I think he's definitely someone that you can go in and start if you're desperate or in a pinch. And I also like Devontae Booker for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Josh Jacobs got a little banged up at the end of that game against the Atlanta Falcons, and we don't really know what his status is going to be going into Week 13. And Booker is good to have just because if Jacobs is going to miss any time, Booker would automatically come in and fill that role and perform really well. Booker has shown that he is a good runner and is somebody that you can trust to make an impact on offense. So definitely grab Booker and just grab any handcuff running back that's still out there on waivers. Maybe it's Tony Pollard, Boston Scott, Alexander Madison, Jeremy McNichols. Grab any of those guys because if the running back in front of them on the depth chart were to get hurt, any one of those players could come in and be a league winner for you. So definitely grab any of them right now if your team is headed into the playoffs.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't know about any of you, but picks must be flying because I think I just heard Caleb recommended Jets player. 2020 has officially craziest year of my life. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, so let's just get right back in. Are there any wide receivers we should be looking to stream for week 13? Week 13, holy smokes.
Yeah, so there's just 3 that I kind of like that are likely out there on waivers. One is Sammy Watkins. Now, he wasn't incredible in his return in Week 12 going up against the Buccaneers, but he didn't really need to be. I mean, the Chiefs were leading that entire game, and Tyreek Hill had one of the best performances we've seen from a wide receiver. But I still think you should go out and grab Watkins. He's somebody that the Chiefs can rely on, and I just want any part of this offense. And he's really, their number 2 wide receiver in Kansas City. And I just want anybody that's attached to Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes is just playing lights out right now. And for the same reason, I want Allen Lazard too. He's likely out there on waivers. He just returned from an injury as well. He's still, kind of working his way back from that injury in the Packers offense, but he's definitely the number 2 option in the receiving game for the Packers. So just go and pick up Lazard. Aaron Rodgers is playing so well right now. You definitely want any receiver that's attached to him, and Lazard is the best option other than Devontae Adams. And then finally, Michael Pittman for the Indianapolis Colts. He only had 2 catches in Week 12, so not a huge performance, but he saw 9 targets, and that's the type of volume we want from our wide receivers. And I think that it's going to be really hard for that inefficiency to continue going forward. I think eventually it's going to pick back up, and Pittman's going to continue to produce. So definitely grab him. He has potential to just be a stud down the stretch.
Okay, and now it's time for those tight ends. So is there anyone we should be looking at in Week 13?
Yeah, so a couple, Robert Tonyan for the Green Bay Packers, for the same reason as Lazard. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is just playing so well right now, and he likes going to Robert Tonyan, especially in the red zone. Tonyan has scored a lot of touchdowns this year, and that's kind of what we want from our tight ends. If they have touchdown upside, then definitely grab him and start him. Tonyan should be started each and every week, and he should be owned in every league. So if he's available in over half of ESPN leagues, so go and grab him. And then also, you could grab Kyle Rudolph this week if you are really in a pinch and need a tight end to start. If both Adam Thielen and Irv Smith can't return from their injuries this week, Rudolph is going to see an increase in targets in the passing game for the Minnesota Vikings, and that he's going up against a bad Jaguars defense. So Rudolph is someone that can be started as long as Thielen and Irv Smith are both out of that game.
And as we point out every single week, Caleb's a big advocate of switching your defenses weekly. So what defenses are we targeting for Week 13, Caleb?
Yeah, so first off, the Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs have not been good defensively over the last 3 weeks that they've played, allowing 30 points 30 plus points in 2 games, and then they allowed 24 to the Buccaneers last week. But they've been really good against Denver over the past couple of years. They've had Drew Lock's number each and every game. They've been able to shut him out. So just go and pick them up. I think that they are going to do really well against Denver. Not to mention, Denver's offense is kind of in shambles right now because of the whole COVID situation that was going on in Denver this past weekend. So we don't really know what their offense is going to look like. So I just really like this matchup. So grab the Chiefs. They should be definitely startable this week. And also, grab the Falcons. If you really want a swing for the fences defensive play, the Falcons is who you need to go to. The Falcons have been playing very well defensively over the last several weeks. They just completely shut down the Raiders' offense, who had been performing really well offensively up until they met the Falcons. And they're going up against the New Orleans Saints. Now, while Sean Payton and the Saints have a good offense and they are able to scheme things up to score points, They have Taysom Hill in at quarterback, and he has just not shown me anything to really be scared of at the quarterback position. Now, he's benefited from a couple of easy matchups in the last couple of weeks. He's had to start in place of Drew Brees, and that's kind of inflated, I think, his value in a lot of people's eyes. But I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of struggles against the Falcons this week. So go and grab the Falcons. If you're really looking for a swing for the fences, maybe you just need to score a lot of defensive points or something in order to get into the playoffs, and you're just really trying to look for a home run, Falcons is your defensive choice for that.
Okay, guys, so there are your waiver wire picks for Week 13. Like we said, it's so important now more than before to go out and make these pickups so you guys can really, really get the team you need to win your league, okay? Please like, comment, and subscribe. We are here to give you league-winning information each week. And with that, we are going to say sayonara to Caleb. And I'm going to let you guys know that my name's Jaden. This is Fantasy Tomorrow, where we are giving you the information to learn today and win tomorrow. See you guys next week.